We turn now to some important health news. If you're in pain, you're not alone. An estimated 50 million people suffer from chronic pain, a problem that costs the public health system a whopping $100 billion a year. So all this week, ABC News and USA Today are examining this national epidemic in our series, The Fight Against Pain. And this morning, we look at some surprising new information about how men and women differ when it comes to pain. And ABC's Heather Cabot is here with all the details on that. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, it really is fascinating. Kate, ask any woman on the street who deals better with pain, men or women, and undoubtedly women will say women, right? After all, we give birth. Well, not so fast. Science actually suggests the opposite. And you are about to meet two people dealing with pain, a woman whose pain was ignored by her doctors, and a man who just ignored his pain.
Such a good baby.
42-year-old Simone Orton juggles her family, a part-time nursing job, and volunteers at her church. But last year, the Michigan mom was sidelined with debilitating pain. Pain so severe, she ended up in a wheelchair. Doctors seemed unable to explain her mysterious condition.
One of the doctors I saw sent me to a psychiatrist because he felt that all these years I had been complaining and there was nothing wrong, that it had to be in my head. I really believed that obviously there was something wrong. I knew I wasn't making up the pain. The pain was so severe.
But then Orton met pain specialist Dr. Carmen Green and learned it wasn't all in her head. She was suffering from a rare form of arthritis.
What we've consistently shown is that women's pain complaints receive less attention. Physicians provide lesser quality pain care for women despite having the same pain complaint. It's really a silent epidemic.
Ironically, studies show women visit the doctor more often than men. They tend to report their symptoms earlier and seem to feel pain more acutely.
Women actually may have lower thresholds at different points of their lives and higher in other points of their lives. We know that when it comes to tolerating pain around their children, their pain thresholds are very high. So this is something that's being attended to and worked out in science right now.
Men, on the other hand, seem to take pain, well, like a man. But studies show they put off seeing doctors for so long that they may actually reduce their life expectancy by 7 to 8 years.
You ready?
Take 40-year-old champion wrestler Billy Campbell. He trained and even competed in martial arts tournaments with 2 cracked vertebrae for more than a decade.
It was like a sharp, throbbing, cold sweat. You would break out in pain, like knife in your back.
But the New Jersey father of 2 refused to see a doctor or even admit to his friends he was suffering. His wife urged him to get help.
I could see it in his eyes. I could feel his pain at night. As a family, just to go to Home Depot, just to walk to the entrance, he had to stop and bend over and release the pain.
Only 2 years ago, when Campbell could no longer walk, did he seek a doctor's advice. He learned he needed surgery right away.
I woke up in the hospital and was like 100, knew that it was cured, fixed.
Campbell is now sparring once again and coaching. And now that Orton finally received the correct diagnosis, she's taking 30 pills a day and exercising to manage her arthritis.
Today now, I'm back working. I have energy now. I really do appreciate every day that I wake up.
And a survey by the American Pain Society found that the majority of people suffering from chronic pain do not have it under control. And for those who do, it took 50% of them more than a year to get help.
Really? Now, if you're a woman and you're not being taken seriously, how do you get through to your doctor? You have to stomp your feet?
A little bit. You've got to be your best advocate. Only you can do that. You've got to ask questions. You've got to get a second opinion if you think you need that. And you've got to do your research so that you're asking informed questions.
And on the other hand, if you're a man or if you're married to one like us, how do you get the men to take pain seriously, to go to the doctor?
Well, our husbands are going to love this answer. You've got to nag them. You've really got to let them know that they really can't wait until it gets to the point where they're going to need a really serious treatment.
And you have some other tips for both men and women when it comes to reporting the pain.
Pain specialists say you've got to be specific with your doctor, and they suggest maybe keep a pain diary. Write down what your pain feels like. Is it tingling? Is it stabbing? What triggers it? For how long? And then record it on a scale of 1 to 10 so that when you talk to your doctor, you're giving them really detailed information.
So you don't forget when you go to the doctor's office.
Well, exactly, especially if it's over time. And then last, consider alternative therapies. Remember that your pain there may not be one panacea. There may be a combination of alternative therapies, and you've got to talk to your doctor about that.
Heather Cabot, very interesting.